In this gripping episode of Kickback Garage, we are going to be delving into the insides and completely stripping the Series 1 Lambretta engine. It has been worked on before, so we might find some interesting stuff in there. Hopefully nothing too bad, because I really want to get this built up and back in the scooter ASAP. When I was doing George's Series 1, Series 2 Lambretta rebuild, I bought these orange gloves from Scooter Centre. And I have to say, I'm really pleased with them. They're like knobbly bits. Very often when you're using latex gloves, you can't grip stuff, but these got knobbly bits on there, so better for the women, feeling. And they're quite robust as well, so they don't split that easily. And means I don't have to get my fingers dirty before 17th of May festivities tomorrow. Right, without further ado, first thing I have to do, because I forgot to do it, is empty the oil out of here. I also want to take off this hub and investigate to see where all this oil is coming from. This engine hasn't been running. I'm really hoping that it's a bad seal and that the oil isn't dripping out of the engine case itself. We will see. So the engine is upside down compared to how I normally... I have to try and remember how I tighten it that way. So that way is to unloosen it, is it? Yep, it seems that way. I can't see my X. It's actually a bit tight. You can see there's quite a lot of fresh oil here as well. Where is that leaking from, sir? The problem is, yeah, let's not. In Norway, we've got a saying that says "tar sågen på forskudd." I'm not sure how that directly translates to English. It means don't take your worries beforehand. Get what I mean? I don't want to drip on my floor. Hopefully I can loosen that now. Let's see. I imagine the oil is completely fresh because this thing hasn't actually run after its rebuild, which was apparently some 30 odd years ago. Right, let's see what's coming out. It smells like mineral oil as well, which is a good start, I suppose. Do I dare put this on the floor and hope that it catches stuff? What I want to do as well, I think, is tip the engine up a little bit. See if we can get more out of there. Yeah, whatever. So the object of the day today is I've got some ice cream tubs ready. I'm going to throw the stuff that I can use in one of those and the stuff I can't use in another. But while that oil is draining, I should give it a bit of a wiggle. I'm not going to get all of it out there. There's very little in there. I think probably 200 millilitres or something going to come out at the moment. If I tip it up a little bit, will that help? Yes, it will. I just have to catch it. That helps quite a lot, actually. So on this engine, I have convinced the owner that changing the lay shaft is a good idea. We're going to change all the bearings. I can actually see already that the piston and the cylinder look pretty good. So it might have actually been able to run like this. But he would like to fit, his words, a slightly more modern cylinder, so that the family can use it without worrying about reliability issues, and maybe even use it to something more than just going to the shops, which the original 150 Series 1 cylinder was pretty much a moped, wasn't it? And as you can see here as well, is they've used some obscure bolt on the back. So I've also got a list in the corner there of, I'm going to make a list of parts that I may need to build this engine up again. One of them being locking ring and hub nut. This is the wrong nut, and it is the wrong washer on the bottom. I could be wrong. They might have, this is an early series one, not a frame breather, but it's early enough to not have a rear light switch. Well, that's draining. I'm going to be a clever clogs and try it. Fit my hub removal, homemade hub removal tool. You never actually know with these things, do you? I think it'll be enough just to put that one there. This is also the time. I don't have these on these. I've got octopus on my scooters. So this, I would really like to, next time I get a little bit of money that I can dispose of, I want to get hold of one of those original type reproduced JB fabrication hub pullers, because I've only got, and I can see that the threads on the air are quite knackered, so this is going to be interesting. Just chase them through with a normal bolt helps. I think it's just so much crap in the threads. They're going in quite nicely, to be honest. I'll try the other one as well, because you're always going to have a bigger chance of getting these off if you can thread all three nuts. I have to remember to adjust the camera angle. I'm just a bit keen to get this thing apart, to see what horrors lay below. So the name of the game, the object of the game here is to, although it's completely tedious, is to try and get these screws in as level as possible and try and get as much thread purchase as possible so they don't end up knackering threads in the hub, which I also use for the lock ring. These are going in pretty secure, actually. I'm surprised, which is nice. It's nice to have a nice surprise, isn't it? Oh shit, that came up easily. Nice. No faffing around there, mate. Good. Good. That's the beauty of having something that's already been messed around with. She's off. That looks clean. Are they new brake shoes? Nice. We don't have to buy brake shoes. That's good. All right, let's have a quick look at that hub. So what I'm looking at now is the brake surface itself is quite rough. But that's mostly surface rust, so I think I could take that away with emery cloth. Another thing I like to check is the splines. This is the important bit. If they are worn, knackered whatsoever, then I will ask the customer if I'm allowed to buy a new hub. Safety first. The splines actually look okay, which is good. The hub itself looks solid, no cracks, nothing visible, and actually all the studs as well are nice. I've seen older hubs where the nuts have come loose and then they wear into the thread, and the threads look good on that. So that is a good start, Rob. So that will clean up. And like I said in the last video, I actually fancy asking if he still knows the colour code, because I can buy two two component paint on a can and some good primer, and that won't cost that much, and it gives like a nice look to the overall finish. One thing I noticed, and I'll show you once I've taken off these, is, or I'll show you while it's on here, even better. I'm not sure if you can see it in the light. Yeah, the light's not too bad. For some strange reason, someone has gone through this with an angle grinder. Gone through the brake shoe and actually cut the flange here as well with the angle grinder. What has he been grinding off to achieve that? It's certainly not the hub. Isn't that odd? Answers on the postcard, please. And then I'm going to open up the cone. See if I can move that up. I just fit a screwdriver in the slot and try and ease it up. Open it up. There you go. Sometimes they fit tight, sometimes they don't. There you go. Place that in the hub so I don't lose it. And also the hub shim is there, which is nice. There's quite a lot of oil coming out of here, so the seal is knackered. I don't want oil in the brake shoe, so I'll clean that up and put that in the hub so that I know where that belonged. And then I'm just going to take off these brake pads. Two minds now whether I want to use them or not. And these have been mounted without any form of copper paste or anything, so interesting. Thing is, this engine has been out of commission so many years that it can't have got that much of abuse, says he, famous last words. But in the 60s they did anything to just keep them running, didn't they? That's off. Can it? Oh yeah, that. Yeah, okay. Normally they're really tight to get off because the studs get mangled. So that's good. Plate. Got this one, and it's full of oil. So that seal. Put it this way: if this engine ran, it wouldn't be going far. With the front brake, at least, back brake. Yeah, there you go. That seal has not been changed. That is the original from the factory, which is not a good deal, really. Circlips. Plate. They went in the maybe box. Maybe. I think I've actually got a set of those new ones from Castle Lambretta just lying around. Something's been going on with this. Are these the original pads that have got new liners on? I don't know, I find that very odd. And if you put new liners on, it's put new liners on in the scooter or something, because that cut mark coincides with the cut mark on the flange there, which is odd. I find that odd. Anyway, I'll put those in the maybe box, I think. While the hub is off and the brake pads is off, and I've got access to this area where there's oil seeping somewhere, I'm hoping that it's just been stood on the stand and it's seeping through there, but there's quite a bit of gunk here. So I want to make sure, when I have a quick look here, mostly out of curiosity, just to see if there's a crack in the case or something. I really, really hope not, because my spare LI 150 case that went into the Series 2 I've just rebuilt. So this is just gunk. This area, I found a lot of the scooters in Norway, when they get bored of them or they buy a car or something, they didn't sell them on. They probably didn't get any money for them. They used to use them on their farmlands and stuff for rallying around on, and I've seen quite a lot with damage underneath the engine cases where they've been hitting stones and stuff. I'm very curious. It looks good up to now. This could also have been, in the past, it could also be oil leaking out of the drum. So I reckon this is just a build-up of oil that's been coming out of that hub seal, which is good, but it's still leaking. So it might be something under there. I have to look at that once I've split the engine. Let's turn that baby over. Because I am not going to use in the crankshaft, I'm just going to use a buzzy gun. Yeah, and that wasn't a lot of pressure on that. Put that in the, maybe, no, because I go for the bigger GP type. I'm going to fit the GP DL type crank. Can I get this off? No. So a bit of time, I'm going to buzz that fucker as well. Easy peasy. That was not talked down, that is for sure. Flywheel up. Oh, come on. Don't be, oh, don't go back in there. There we go. Normal run-of-the-mill Indian. What's this? Metal shards. It's not good, is it? So if anyone in Norway is watching this and fancies an unused Indian starter and 12-volt kit, give me a shout. I'm pretty sure the owner will sell you this pretty cheap. One thing I noticed is it actually doesn't fit. Actually doesn't fit the starter plate. Actually doesn't fit in the recess on the mag house, which I've never seen before. Pretty odd. So it's sitting a little bit proud. No Loctite or anything on these bolts, which is a surefire way. Put it this way, if they manage to get this engine to start, it's not going far. Put that in the maybe box. I like to use button head nuts to secure the starter these days. I think most people do. Yes, I got it out whole. Is it sill control? What's this? Can we read it in the camera? K2 Kapir. It's something or other Indian. It's not sill, definitely. And I can see. Look at the state of this finish on it. Terrible. Didn't actually even fit in the mag house. That was money not well spent. Right, now to the mag house. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is Series 1 mag house. You're probably most people are probably not familiar with these, but these are not lubricated by grease. These are actually lubricated by oil from the engine. Now a lot of people say that was a bad idea, but modern engines like the Casa Performance engines, they're actually lubed the same way. There's no grease on their bearings either on the mag side, so it can't be that much of a bad idea. Just going to ease that up and see what horrors we find inside. It's loosening straight away. That's good. Have they actually had the mag house off then? Could be, could be. So that is the mag house removed, no dramas whatsoever. As you can see on the Series 1s, the bearing is actually stuck to the, it's sort of the opposite of the later Series 1s, 2s and 3s. The bearing is stuck to the crankshaft and the bearing race is firmly attached to the mag house here. As you see, there's no seal, and the reason for no seal and this lovely looking slot here that goes into the cylinder chamber, that is to bring your two-stroke mix to lubricate the main bearing on these. And the question I need to ask you is, answers down below please, can I actually, is there physically enough room, is there some sort of spacer in here, or how is this working? Is there actually physically room enough in the mag house to be able to fit a GP bearing? I'm in doubt. I'm going to have to Google a little bit. Yeah, give us a nod down below if you know the answer. But yeah, that might mean we have to upgrade the mag house as well. And if we're going to upgrade the mag house, I think I would go for Uni, because they're quite nice. It's a crying shame, to be honest, because this is in good nick. And all the holes are as they should be and not knackered as they normally are. That's a dilemma. Time to remove the cylinder. Everything is loose here, by the way. No sealant or anything. So that was probably not very airtight. Throw those washers in the not going to use bin. Oh. There. There's not much sign of it actually firing, even though I know that they tried to. Probably electrical gremlins. This has been, yeah, it's just sat on here dry, which is not very clever really these days. When we know how much air leaks ruin engines, can I ease this off? Yes, I can. Which was as to be expected, because this has been reconditioned. Doesn't look like a very new piston though. The barrel looks nice, but look at those ports. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, my hands are killing me. That thing sat really tight, and the fact that this engine was rebuilt with the thoughts that it was going to be running, it's very, very dry. Everything is completely bone dry. And as you can see here as well on the Series 1, there is no bearing, it's just a bush. So that's another reason why you should really change out these Series 1 crankshafts. Apart from the fact that they're 100 years old. Yeah, and look at this base gasket as well. Saves me bother of trying to get rid of sealant, I suppose. There's absolutely nothing here. It's completely, everything is completely bone dry. And that big end is actually shot on this. A lot of movement there. Up and down movement, that is. Side to side normal, up and down not. And I also wonder, didn't they used to use piston shims as well on these? How wide is that gap? Pretty wide. Strange. What piston is this? It doesn't say anything. It's just got some strange numbers on there which I can't recognize. So the good news is that I've found my source of the leak, and that source is the exhaust, longer exhaust stud, nut stud. The case is actually missing. So I'm going to have to investigate that. Maybe we need to drill it out, fit a helicoil or something. But that is a stud that very, very commonly gets destroyed because the exhaust loosens and then vibrations and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I really want to see if I can open this side case. Oh, I can't. That's funny. The funny thing is, you know, this has been built by someone who thinks he's a car guy. he's used, I have to be careful with my new hoodie, he has used copper paste on the side case thinking it's a head gasket. Okay, suffice to say, it looks pretty clean in there. This looks good, as you can see. He's used copper paste on the side gasket. It's not a head gasket; it's a side gasket. Yeah, let's have a look in the engine. I'm really happy to say that all the studs look good, which is good, isn't it? Apart from the exhaust stud, where got a bit of a job in front of me, I think. It looks like an attempt. They've made an attempt at drilling this old stud out, and he's given up and just left it like that. So half the stud is still in there. So that'd be interesting. So when I've stripped this engine, I'm going to remove the cylinder studs. I'm going to be removing the silent blocks, and I'm going to have to see if I can very carefully, because the gasket face itself looks good. There's some signs that no, actually it looks pretty good. It looks good. So that is good news. It looks like I can use the engine block, which is brilliant. It saves us a lot of time and money. But this, do I drill that out and fit an oversized stud, a longer one that MB sells? Or do I try and fit a helicoil? I'm not always had luck with helicoil, to be honest. So that's one thing. So what I think I'll do is strip this, and we'll go through the parts once I've stripped it. Another thing that's nice is first gear teeth for the kickstart look good. So that's good. And the kickstart shaft actually looks pretty good as well. So a lot of usable bits here. This clutch has had some work done to it as well. Be interested to see what sort of plates are in there. Maybe we can use those too. That will also save a penny or two. And these guides, they're going. We're going to be fitting a Casa Performance pull down guide. I have ordered a 16 tooth sprocket. This is a 15, I imagine. And then I need to use a 81 chain and have it on the pull down way, my lad. So let me strip this and we'll have a look at the parts once it's stripped. Slight change of plan. I've hit a small issue. Someone has rebuilt this using some care and attention, or at least selecting nice parts. In there is a nice set of new Surflex B clutch plates. So someone's done the homework. That should work fine on RT, so that is money saved. The pressure plate, on the other hand, he was saying that he felt that the clutch actuation was pretty stiff, and the reason for that is that the spider is so mangled that the clutch pressure plate doesn't actually properly fit that. I had to use a bit of time to pull this up. It's like completely sticking. And doesn't matter which position I put this in, the only way I'm going to get this to fit in the spider is to knock it in. There we go. It went sort of. Really sticky. They've absolutely buggered that spider. Nice thing is, because of the issue I had with John on the short that I produced a couple of weeks ago, these old spiders, they have a tendency to drop the plate underneath the clutch spider there. So I've actually already ordered Casa Lambretta one, so that's good. When it comes to the clutch itself, this is the Cush drive type clutch if you're making an engine that produces loads of power, then the advice is not to use it. But in this case, I think we're going to chance it because money. And this engine won't really produce more than, with a Clubman, maybe 12, 13, 14 if he's really lucky horsepower. So it's not going to overstress the components. So we're going to give that a go, I think. Shoot me in the comments down below, please. Right, my lovelies, that is the engine block almost stripped. I think I want to try and sort out this stud before I send it to the Aquablast dude. One thing, point of note, actually, it was a bit annoying that I didn't have the camera on at the time, but when I went to release the nuts on the end plate, I could actually screw those out by just by using my fingers and lift the end plate up without using any tools, which is a first for me. And another reason why the owner was lucky that he sent this down before they started getting this started. And that gave me some worries about the area for the end plate and the end plate studs themselves, but they're absolutely fine. So either they've rattled off at some time, or that's been off for some strange reason. But yeah, that's fine. I can also see that the studs for the chain guide, they have been helicoiled. So my worry is this a big fat helicoil that's in here? Because if it is, that's going to be a bit of a problem to get out. But that's not a worry for tonight. So as usual, I will say that's it for today. And I hope you enjoyed this stuff. If you do, don't forget, give me the old thumbs up. Write a comment down below. Can I convert the Series 1 mag so that it'll fit GP bearing? I don't think so. I haven't Googled yet. Or I may have to confront my stickies manual. But otherwise, gearbox looked lovely. So it's just pure luck that that everything was good, and that I've actually started to ride this again, because there was a few things there that were loose, and the top end was very, very dry for a machine that they wanted to fire up. So I will love you and leave you. See you in the next one. And yeah, what I'm going to do in the next one, probably something just as uninteresting as this one. I'll see you later. If you want to support the channel, by the way, consider being a member. I'm putting up more and more member-only content, and that is it's not because I want to keep it a secret. It's just that the guys that support me properly, they deserve that little extra. And at the moment, we're talking about shocks and all sorts of little weird and wonderful things. Stop babbling. Say goodbye, Rob. Ta-ra. See you in the next one.